Like and subscribe right now, or you're gonna have terrible luck for the next week. Think the great white shark is the scariest creature in the sea? There are plenty of other freaking terrifying sea creatures and some absolute monsters lurking in the depths of the deep blue sea. These are real-life monsters terrorizing the world beneath the sea surface, and quite frankly, these straight-up terrifying beasts and critters of the sea are the stuff nightmares are made of. These are the 10 most terrifying sea creatures that actually exist. Number 10. Gulper eel. The gulper eel is one of the weirdest looking creatures in the deep sea, with its large mouth being its most notable feature. In fact, the mouth is much larger than the eel's body, plus it's loosely hinged, allowing the gulper eel to open it wide enough to be able to swallow prey much larger than itself. Despite having a gigantic mouth, the gulper eel is believed to subsist on a diet consisting mainly of small crustaceans. The mouth is often used as a large net. The eel swims in the direction of a large group of shrimps or other smaller crustaceans, and with its mouth wide open, it scoops in a bucket full of tasty shrimp medley as it goes. It has elastic stomach muscles, so don't ask how the bountiful meal will fit in there. Fortunately, the gulper eel is found in the world's tropical and temperate oceans, and they're rarely found within the shallow waters where you love to swim. Number 9. Anglerfish. The anglerfish has one of the scariest appearances in the world. It looks like something out of a sci-fi horror film. Their name was derived from a unique adaptation that's only found on the females, a dorsal spine that protrudes above their mouths like a fishing pole. And true to its description, the fishing pole dangles a luminescent lure which the anglerfish uses to attract unsuspecting smaller fish. There are notable differences between the males and females. Males are much smaller, and they lack the bioluminescent lure found atop their female counterparts. Yet, being piscivores, we can only assume that males actively hunt their fishy prey. Oh, and did I mention that they have really huge curve-shaped mouths filled with razor-sharp and translucent teeth that get a shine when a light is flashed at them? Anglerfish are on this list simply because of their terrifying looks, but it's not likely that humans will encounter them often since they prefer to stay in the lightless bottom of the sea, more so the murky depths of the Antarctic. Number 8. Fangtooth. These fish are small in size, with adults reaching only about 6 inches or 17 centimeters in length. But going by their name, they're not the kind of fish you'd want to see in your aquarium. It's not for nothing that they're called fangtooth. They sport menacing fangs, which are said to be the largest in the ocean relative to the fish's body size. Unlike with most scary fish wielding their fangs outside their mouth, the fangtooth fish can close its mouth and conceal its fangs. They have special adaptations that allow them to close their mouth without piercing their lips and other parts of their head. They have a special pouch on the roof of their mouth which especially prevent piercing through their eyes and brain when they close their mouths. These are deep sea dwellers, hunting at more than 4,500 meters below the sea surface. It's said to move to the shallower waters during feeding time at night, and during the day, they return to their unfathomable depths. Number 7. Viperfish. The viperfish is one of the most unusual looking fish in the deep sea. It's also one of the most well-known species of predatory fish of the deep sea. Despite having a small and slender, usually 30 to 60 centimeter long body, it is one of the fiercest predators of the deep sea. The name viperfish comes from the fish's large mouth and its sharp, fang-like protruding teeth. The fangs are so large that they can't fit inside their mouth, but instead, they hang out from the upper and lower jaws, curving back very close to the fish's eyes. The viperfish is thought to use these sharp teeth to impale its victims by swimming towards them at high speeds. Struggling prey can't escape the viperfish's firm grip. This fearsome-looking creature has a long dorsal spine that is tipped with a light-producing organ called a photophore. Viperfish use the flashy lights from their luminescent organs to lure other smaller fish on which they feed. Number 6. Northern Stargazer. Found singly, mostly partially buried in the sand and silty bottoms of the sea, with just their head and popped eyes camouflaged out of their seabed burrow, these nasty-looking fish will lie in wait for prey for hours, and their luminescent lure always does the trick. They're called the Northern Stargazer because their eyes are situated on top of their head and pop out through the sand, as if they were gazing into the sky. The unfortunate-looking fish is also known as Astroscopus guttatus, although Northern Stargazer sounds better. Deceptively so, for they're not the best-looking fish you'll find in the sea. Its flat forehead, plagued with a lot of body mass up front near their mouth, isn't the only thing that makes the Stargazer look terribly ugly. Even its poked-out eyes look scary. and it has a blackish-brown body covered in white spots that doesn't help with the looks at all. Northern stargazers are venomous, with 2 large venomous spines located behind a series of bones found just above their pectoral fins, as well as behind their operacles. Although their venom won't kill humans, it's quite an excruciating experience, and it can cause swelling that will last for a while. Number 5. Giant squid. Living 1,000 meters deep in the depths of the sea's midnight zone, where temperatures are near freezing, no sunlight can pervade, and extreme environmental conditions make it hard for life to survive, is a giant monster of epic proportions, the giant squid. It can reach lengths of more than 10 meters and weigh up to 300 kilos, but it's not just the size of this thing that will terrify you. The giant squid has got huge, plate-sized eyes, 8 creepy arms, and 2 extremely long tentacles that can grasp onto anything the giant sees fit for dinner. You can't ask for a better sea monster than this tremendously large squid. And if you've ever heard of the legend of the Kraken, then you'd know that it was a humongous, monster-sized, absolutely terrifying mythical sea creature believed to have been the giant squid, or its more massive cousin, the colossal squid. But you don't need to worry. These really huge squids will not sink your ships and drag them into the depths like the Kraken of the Nordic tall tales did. Number 4. Great white shark. Being the largest predatory fish, it doesn't come as a surprise that the great white shark has a fierce reputation of being a savage killer. Ask anyone to name you a shark, and they'll likely call out the great white. And it's not for nothing that they are the most popular types of sharks. They grow as long as 7 meters in length and weigh up to 2 tons. They're very agile swimmers, thanks to their torpedo-shaped bodies, reaching a top speed of over 55 kilometers an hour. And it's quite impressive how they can make sudden turns even when they're at high speeds. Well, if you didn't get it yet, those are the qualities of a skilled hunter. But it's the set of 300 razor-sharp teeth that'll scare you stiff. Their teeth are so sharp they don't use them to chew. Instead, they rip off mouth-sized pieces, which they swallow whole. Although human flesh isn't a delicacy on the shark's menu, the great whites are known to be responsible for several unprovoked attacks on humans. Researchers claim that these are just sample bites, but deadly ones nonetheless. Number 3. Vampire squid. It sure looks like a blood-sucking vampire, and they say that a startled vampire squid inverts its cape to reveal some large, nasty-looking toothy spikes lining its webbed arms, completing the signature vampire look with the black cape. When assuming this posture, it looks quite aggressive. But don't be too scared of the vampire squid, which, by the way, was so wrongly named, for it is neither a blood-sucking vampire in the sea, nor is it a squid. This is a rare kind of cephalopod living 2,900 meters deep in the sea. Little is known about this strange-looking critter, but they are believed to be harmless. Those large toothy spikes I mentioned earlier, they're not even real teeth. The scare factor in the vampire squid's intimidating appearance is just part of its defense system, since most deep-sea predators subsist on squid, octopus, and other deep-sea cephalopods like itself. As an additional defense system, the vampire squid expels numerous bioluminescent stuff to confuse potential predators with the flashy lights.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
We have a picture sent to us by a subscriber just like you. It shows the image of a diver swimming close to an enormous fish with a mouth as wide as the diver's height. Want to find out more about this extraordinary encounter? Number 2. Giant ocean sunfish. The ocean sunfish, or mola mola, is one of the mysteries of the ocean with its unusual yet distinct laterally flattened body. This unusually looking enormous bony fish is the heaviest bony fish in the world, growing about 14 feet vertically and weighing a whopping 5,000 pounds. The mola mola has no tail, and so it uses its powerful dorsal and anal fins to move through the waters. One thing that you'll find quite strange and really terrifying about this fish is that its teeth are fused into a beak-like structure, and that they have such a widely gaped mouth that they're unable to close it fully. But really, their sheer size alone is enough to scare the living daylights of any diver who happens to encounter it. However terrifyingly gigantic as the ocean sunfish may appear to be, they are really just harmless marine animals. These beauties are found about 570 meters deep in the sea and are rarely seen in the shallow waters within diving range. They have, however, started rising much closer to the surface than is usual, something that has given divers along Australia's western and southern coasts a chance to swim along them and take stunning pictures with these majestic giants of the sea.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it really works.
Number 1. Frilled shark. Yeah, there's another shark on the list. Alright, so we all know what sharks look like. Cylindrical but streamlined body form with tapered edges like a blunt torpedo. I'd say sharks are terrifying killers, but at least the normal shark looks kind of sightly. But geez, the frilled shark doesn't look pretty at all! And quite frankly, it looks like the Grim Reaper of the deep sea. No wonder these odd-looking, nightmarish deep-sea sharks are often described as living fossils. They aren't as big as the great whites or other kinds of sharks we're scared of, but my reckoning, the frilled shark is the scariest looking shark of all. The female frilled shark is bigger than the male. Males range from 3.2 to 3.6 feet, while the females range from 4.4 to 4.9 feet. The maximum these sharks can reach is 6.4 feet. Everything from its eyes to the mouth is terrifying, especially the mouth lined with 25 rows of backward-facing, trident-shaped teeth. And it also has spines called dermal denticles lining its mouth. It's a good thing that this terrifying eel-like shark prefers to remain in the ocean's depths, some 1,500 meters below the water's surface. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to smash the like icon and leave a comment. Your engagement is what keeps our curiosity going. We have lots of fantastic videos that you will enjoy. You can start by checking out the 2 already showing up on your screen right now. Keep it 100.